What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a Divine Goblins deck. And I may be going a little overkill on the Divine Visitation decks, but honestly I've been having so much fun with the card, and I watched Merchant the other day. He played a Boros Divine Reinforcements, and this is kind of similar, but I decided to focus more on the Goblin aspect and just keep 2 Divine Visitations in the deck. Nonetheless, this deck obviously works well off the Goblin Instigators, the Legion Warboss, which I might pick up another copy. I'm sort of iffy on that. If you have 2, or if you have more than 1 copy, definitely play more than 1 copy. But and then also the Siege Gang Commanders obviously is wonderful with the Heroic Reinforcements. Divine Visitation has plenty of procs, I feel, in this deck. So we'll run through the deck breakdown real quick, and I've had a lot of fun playing this deck so far. So yeah. Starting us out, we have Fanatical Firebrand, great for sack blocking, and basically if you don't know what that is, say they have 2 1/1 creatures and they go to attack you, basically you block one with Fanatical Firebrand, sacrifice them to kill the other one, so they essentially deal no damage. Moving on, we have 2 Goblin Cratermakers. This is really to deal with any like Legion Lieutenants or sort of weaker creatures that come out that are just really annoying. We know they're not going to attack with to allow us to kill them, so Goblin Instigator, obviously this card's just great for aggro, and this deck's, I'd say, mid-range. It's not too aggro, but it can be if you draw right. So moving on, we have 2 Flame of Keld. Now obviously this works well with card draw. You're going to be emptying your hand a lot, as goblins don't cost too much. Our deck is pretty well curved out, but that gets diminished with the more goblins we play. So moving on, also Flame of Keld, whenever you're going to attack, if it's from a red source, then it deals 2 extra damage to anything, creatures, players, planeswalkers, whatever it may be. So obviously all your goblins essentially get a +2 on their attack from the final lore step counter on this. Moving on, we have 3 Justice Strikes to take care of any pesky opponents. 2 Make a Stance. This essentially allows us to swing in and not lose anything off of it, so really good for just taking one of those mid-game swings at them, sort of deal like 5-7 damage, something like that. Preferably more, obviously, if you can manage it. But moving on, Goblin Chainwhirler. Obviously this is a good removal, good mass removal if you're playing up against Selesnya, if you're playing against Golgari that might be using Sporlings. So Goblin Warchief is going to make all of our goblins cost less, as well as giving them haste, so obviously we're going to be able to attack a little bit more, a little bit quicker, and play more goblins, which is always wonderful. Legion Warboss, obviously a really strong card. If you haven't seen this card yet, you should definitely pick it up if you plan on playing Boros, at least right now in the current meta. We have 3 Conclave Tribunals to again deal with any pesky creatures or planeswalkers or enchantments, whatever it may be, from our opponents. 2 Goblin Trashmasters. These are going to make all of our goblins better, as well as giving us an ability to destroy artifacts if we really need to. So Heroic Reinforcements is going to obviously buff up one of our swings here. It's going to give us 2 more creatures, +1/+1 to all of our creatures, as well as giving them all haste, so really good card there. Divine Visitation, I don't think I really need to explain this card. I've played it for the past, this will be 3 days now, so if you haven't seen my past 2 videos, I really recommend the one before this, the Selesnya Convoked Angels. Excellent deck. Moving on to Siege Gang Commanders. Obviously this card's really strong, as it can spawn in 3 angels, and it can deal 2 damage to any target, which is really unique, actually, because it's not just creatures, so you can actually end the game just off sacrificing goblins, theoretically. So moving on, lastly we have Vanquisher's Banner. We have 2 copies. This is to help our card draw, as well as give our goblins a little bit more of a boost. Now obviously my lands aren't too too great here, but I don't have too many Clifftop Retreats. Anyways, moving on, we're going to hop right into the games here. Alrighty, so we'll get right into a game 1 up against Nick Trocker. I'm not quite sure how to say this guy's name, but yeah, that's not the kind of hand we're looking for. That's not really either. I guess we'll keep it. Going for more of a mid-game play here, I guess. Against the Selesnya. We could go ahead and early Flame of Keld, but I don't think we're going to. And we do have enough for Siege Gang, so that option is available. And Vanquishers now as well. Next turn we'll probably Vanquishers and then Siege Gang. I'm guessing he has a March of Multitudes, because his ticker didn't start going until he had three counts on it, so. And next turn we'll play Siege Gang, and then probably a Heroic after that. A Lyra, that's interesting. Correction, we're going to go Divine Visitation into Siege Gang. Now we're going to take a lot of damage this turn, I know, but I think it'll be worth it for sure. Considering we're already holding on to a Siege Gang and a Heroic. Should be alright. We'll go down to 11. That does hurt. Another Flame is unfortunate. Just be sure not to accidentally play that, man, that would be tragic. Another Vanquishers. So we can actually probably cast down this other Vanquishers for Angels. And I will double sack my Angels for his Lyra. I was about to say, I'll do that in a heartbeat. So, if he wants to make that trade, by all means. We could go Heroic Reinforcements, honestly. I think, actually, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw down Vanquisher's Banner and play for the next turn, where I Heroic Reinforcements. Yeah. I'm not going to attack. It's a risky play, in case he has any sort of removal or any of that, but I think it's worth it. He didn't play anything, so I'm a little bit worried, not going to lie. We'll play our Heroic Reinforcements, though. And actually, he might have a Settle, so I should really be careful, but okay, nope, he just conceded, so obviously that was a GG by turn, what, 7? So, obviously the deck worked pretty much exactly how you'd want it to there. Divine Visitation into a Siege Gang into a Heroic Reinforcements. Obviously that's not going to happen every time, but that's the roundabouts of what you're looking to do. So, we'll get on into a game 2. Alrighty, and we'll hop right into a game 2 against Dusang, and hopefully we can get the same results as we did in that first one. Wow, my cards are spazzing out. Pretty good draw here. And we get to go first, so definitely will want to keep that. Maybe. There we go. Opponent was having to go through all the scry options, so he's probably thinking we're playing mono red just off the look of it. That's fine, I never mind scaring people. And we might be looking at mono black or maybe Golgari. Both are very common, very popular right now. Ooh, or Demir. So I guess we'll just keep swinging in for a bunch of little 1 points of damage. So next turn it'll be down to 10 health if you can't find some way to stop it. And don't worry, I will play a land this turn. I'm not gonna forget. Alrighty. And we actually have 7 damage next turn, turn 4. He's gonna then he's gonna return one of our goblins to our hand. One of the tokens. We can play Divine Visitation here, so we will. And we'll deal 6 to him. So yeah, next turn we have lethal. Wow, that was actually a really quick game. Opponent didn't manage to really draw anything out that he could play. And our goblins sort of went to town on him. So that's sort of the unfortunate thing about playing a control deck is, I guess sometimes you just don't have it. And there's the Angels with haste as well. So, GG. Game 2 wrapped up really swiftly. And I guess we'll get right into a Game 3. Alrighty, and we'll get right into a Game 3 here up against Animated Break. And hopefully we can have a result just like we did in the first 2 games. Honestly, this is a pretty good hand. We do have enough white mana to cast Divine in case we get it, and we do have their Heroic and Siege Gang in hand, so as well as a pretty decent turn 1 play. No turn 2 play because we don't want to play the Flame quite yet. So, alrighty, go mountain into Firebrand. And of course Clifftop next turn. The reason I'm keeping Flame out of the way is so that I don't accidentally play it. So I know, like, hey, don't play it until this is all you got. Drawing another land is not bad at all. Because now we're up to 4, we can cast Heroic. One more we'll be able to get Siege Gang out. So even if I just draw another land next turn, I'll probably be pretty happy about it. Wow, ask and you shall receive. Now watch that. Asking for land's gonna come back to bite me in the ass later. Alright, so we'll throw down Siege Gang, then Heroic. Let's see. Utopia. Might as well go and get an Instigator out while we can. And yeah, next turn, again, Siege Gang, next turn, Heroic, after that, then Flame. Draconic Disciple. He's really building his land, or yeah, his mana base up fairly well. So we'll go Siege Gang. No need to attack here. And next turn we'll go Heroic Reinforcements. I don't think he has enough for a Cleansing Nova yet. That's what, like 5 or 6 mana? I think it's 5 mana. That doesn't sound right. Ritual Rejuvenation's a little bit of a pain in the ass. He gains 4 life and draws a card. He does basically spend all of his mana on it, so. Ooh, that's what we were looking for. Divine Visitation, wonderful. And next turn we'll go Heroic for a pretty big swing in. And wow, if I'd have known I was going to draw a Divine, I would have saved Siege Gang. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Ooh, Atali is not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll be able to get Heroic and the Flame down, so that's actually an excellent play. Let's see, he has one blocker, say he blocks the 3 damage. We're dealing 10 right there, and 10 right here, so I think that's GG actually. Yeah, indeed. So a swift game 3 as well, and man oh man, this deck just eating people alive with the Divine Visitation Heroic Reinforcements Wombo combo. Honestly, I think making just a Boros Divine Visitation deck would be pretty great too, but I think I've worn you guys out enough on Divine Visitation, so tomorrow, promise, no Divine Visitation in the deck. We'll play something completely different. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I know I have. Of course, as always, leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions or deck ideas for me. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.